Dear Diary, may the energy from this week bring many blessings to the weeks coming after. Welcome back to another one of my creatives audio and visual diaries. In Diary, I had some great opportunities to be creative this week, although this was a pretty busy week. To start, I made myself another set of press-on nails. I had been dreaming about this nail design for a few days, and basically, it was inspired by our tournament this weekend in Wildwood, bowling on the beach, and we have a girls' team in there. And typically, I help coach the girls' team. So I was like, I really want something that feels like islandy, but like girly. So I was like, I think I want to go with like a girl sky, like the sky is the limit for the girls, so pink in the sky, something like that. That was the inspiration, that was the background. So I stumbled upon, as you can see, or ended on these pink lit up skies with like a pink sunset or a pink sun rising at the bottom with the crusted jewels on the bottom. I'm proud of them. I'm really proud of them. My second creative task for this week was taking in Layla's spring dance dress, which I just found out about this dance like a week and a half before this time that you're seeing. She just like casually mentioned it in like conversation. I was like, wait, you have a dance? And you know your mother. Like, I need time to like plan out the dress, the outfit, the fit, the inspo, like all of those things. Sidebar and ADHD switch. My baby is back in town for the summer. My sister came out with my baby for the week or weekend, and she's leaving at the end of the weekend, which is sad. But my baby is staying up for the remainder of the summer, so we get to have some good time with him, take him to the pool. But I went to go pick up my sister and my baby to go grab a bite, to spend some time, because we're away all weekend, so that was the only time that I had. But I really enjoyed that time. I really enjoyed seeing them, chatting with them, and catching up with them. It's so great always to see them. But back to this spring dance. So yeah, she tells me like a week and a half ago, and I'm like, girl, you know your mother, and you know the fashion icons that we aspire and already are. Like we gotta put in time and planning. So I'm like, well, what's the theme? She's like, well, nobody ever follows the theme. I'm like, girl, they don't follow the theme because they can't follow the theme. Like, let's be so for real. Like, what's the theme? So she tells me it's like tropical island or something like that. And I'm like, oh, perfect. I can get you a little cute little look really quickly. We're gonna throw this together and it's gonna be all right. What was also last minute was she told me that the BSU, the Black Student Union, was having a potluck that Friday. And I'm like, okay, well, you know that I love to cook for things and I don't like to just buy things. I'm not that type of mama. So I'm like, okay, let me make some sweet potato cornbread for you. So I was like throwing that together late the night before to make sure that she had it for the next morning, because I also had to get up early that morning because she had a performance at her school. They had like a poem day to end off 5th grade.
My recipe: 79 degrees May 11th. Lavender mixed with magical love, overflowing with rose petals, sprinkling all over the room. A very special drink for a very special day. A sprinkle of joy and launch of the happiness. Additives and face masks, a picnic with gummy hearts and tacos, all wrapped in a big, soft, fluffy blanket. Watching the sunset. Now that's what Mother's Day is all about.
So the poem she performed was actually the Mother's Day poem that she wrote for me and had printed out for me to put inside a card for Mother's Day, which is totally beautiful. She's such a poet, just like her dad. It took everything in me not to applaud, scream, cry out loud, because they were like, oh, hold your applause until everybody goes in each section. I'm like, boo. Dear Diary, this week's tournament was for BWP, and it was Saturday and Sunday. We had 3 teams in there: our 5th grade boys, our 5th grade girls, and our 8th grade boys. And the game started on Saturday at 8 a.m., which meant we had to leave Friday night. Wildwood is about an hour and a half from us, and we really did not want to have to be traveling that early in the morning. So we were like, let's just get a hotel room for Friday night and Saturday nights, just leave right after Layla's dance. So we spent today really like getting snacks, preparing the car to make sure that we just had everything that we needed and we're ready to just kind of hit the road that evening. Once we picked Layla up from school, it was straight in to get ready, get in the shower, get dressed. I had to take her twist off because I had left her twisting all week so that she can have curly hair and flip to the side for this dance, which came out so cute. Put some flowers in her, not flowers, butterflies in her hair to really, hone in on that islandy girl theme. It was very cute with the blues and the aquas. Once we dropped our girl off, which she allowed me to walk her in. I don't know if it was just because she was using me to hold her hand because she was wearing these mini heels, and you know how the girls are, they don't really know how to walk in heels. But once I walked her in and we dropped her off, we had Whole Foods happy hour, which is slept on. I always forget about it. Like Whole Foods, grab your food at the hot bar and then go grab some wine at the bar. It's just like literally perfect. But once we got done there, we picked our girl up and then got straight on the road to head out to Wildwood to try to really beat the rain because it was supposed to be like torrential rains that evening. And that we did, diary. We literally just beat the rain. I don't know if you watched last episode or maybe the episode before where we were driving in torrential rains to get to the Atlantic City tournament, which was crazy. So I was like, I do not want to go through that again. Like we literally just beat it. When we got to the hotel, it was drizzling. It wasn't bad. Like the last 20 minutes of our ride was a very light rain. Got to the hotel, went out on the balcony, looked around. Our hotel was like right across the street from the beach because the beach is like right behind the hotel. And then when we got inside from the balcony, the skies broke open. When I say like the lightning was lighting up the sky, the thunder was shaking the building. Well, it wasn't really shaking the building. I'm being dramatic. But the point I'm trying to make is we just literally made it inside before this rain, which we were so thankful for. And then once we really settled in, we picked out our clothes, got washed up and everything for bed, and it was time to really go to bed. Well, Maurice had to stay up for a couple of hours because he wanted to submit a grant, but it was time for bed because Saturday was an extremely long day. Like I said, we had 3 teams in this tournament. We had games from 8 a.m. that started at 8 a.m. all the way up to games that started at 8:40 p.m. This was a long day. We had six games in total today. Two games per age group. By the time this day ended, diary, my eyes like literally could not stay open. They were so heavy, they were hurting. I will say though, Saturday was a roller coaster of events, emotions, and everything. Our 5th grade boys went 0-2. Unfortunately, we had somebody late to our first game that could have really changed the trajectory of that game, but it's all good. Like, it's another game, another tournament. But in their second game, we were playing a really chippy team, a really talented team at that. And one of our players was like rolling around on the ground with this player. And later we found out that he spit on him because our player swung on him because he was like, oh, what the F? What the helly? And later we found out that he spit on him. We didn't know that in the moment, but when I tell you that the day was full of, number one, terrible refs, because even in that situation where the spit and the swing on him happened, like the refs could have broken that up way before it happened. They did not. In our girls game, in our second girls game, it was crazy. We won our first one easily. The second one, it was a little bit more of a talented team, but we had them. And in the first 2 minutes of the game, a grown woman referee decides to yell full volume in the face of one of our girl players for no reason at all. All our player asked was, how was that a foul? And she's yelling at this little girl, full volume in her face, talking about something, let me do my job. So we had to stop that game, obviously, and check Miss Lady. Come to find out, it was a son and mother ref combo on the floor. I'm not sure how that's not a conflict of interest. Somebody let me know. But anyway, we was about to flip that gym upside down. But that day was a roller coaster, like I said. Then day 2 of the tournament was way better. The BWP teams, we had 3 games that day. We went 3-0. Our older squad the day before went 1-1. But if they would have won their first game, they would have made it straight into the championship. But since they didn't, we were kind of in limbo to see where they were in the rankings. And we needed a team to lose, which they ultimately won and went on to win the championship, which is crazy. We ended up winning out the day. No championships. Our girls won silver in their bracket, which was phenomenal. And it was a phenomenal girls game, just period. Like, the guy came out afterwards and was like, I wish y'all played here all the time. That was the best girls middle school game I've ever seen in my life. Like, it was crazy. All in all, this was a phenomenal weekend that I'm going to need a lot of rest from, and trust that I will be getting it next week. Until next time, diary.
Yeah!